Good morning, YouTube. I don't want to pick on Fitbit. I actually own one. I was given it for Christmas. Uh, but if you have had an eating disorder, anorexia, bulimia, orthorexia, obsessional exercise, clean eating, weight loss, physical prowess, kind of healthy, obsessional eating disorders, having a fitness tracker, wearable or the software you download on your computer, is something I would not suggest uh, until you're really far along in your recovery. And even then, it's a little iffy. People like us who have spent so much time focused on exactly what it is we're doing physically, calories in, calories out, numbers, and trying to one up ourselves day to day to day, being conscious, painfully conscious of every move you make and every bite you take. Part of undoing this disorder, I say this broadly because it's part of undoing any eating disorder, is to become less obsessionally conscious of exactly what you're eating, spending, and what you're doing, how much you're moving. Your body being bodily focused, number focused, one-upmanship focused, perfection focused, spending the whole day thinking about your body image, your activity, your eating, or food, what you are not doing regarding food, diet, exercise, numbers, as far as your self-worth. And anything that's going to have you focused on how much you're taking in, what it is you're taking in, as far as your food, having your mind focused. Not only is it keeping a written track record of exactly what you're taking in a day that's staring you back in the face, but your time away from it, you'll be spent thinking about what you're taking in a day because you're keeping track of it again with the logs that break that sort of thing down. And when you approach your food, you're going to be more self-conscious about it, more aware of it, because you know you're keeping track of it later. And you are going to be prone to having a guilty feeling if you write something naughty down that's going to stare you in the face later. And it's just a vicious trap that can send you right back down the path. Same with these. They can be innocent at first, but they can be addictive. um, they can have the same effect in exercise as keeping track of your food does with food. Because even though I haven't been logging my food since I've been wearing this, I don't keep track of my food. I have been wearing this pretty much every day. It keeps track of my sleep, so I like to keep track of my sleep because I sleep terribly. And I want to see exactly how I'm doing on that, so I wear it at night. The only time I take this off is when I take a shower, because I don't want to not keep track of my steps. Because if I don't make a certain number of steps, I feel guilty. And I don't like to be without this. And it didn't start out like that. I actually had an old pedometer that just kept track of my steps. And part of my recovery was that I took my pedometer off and just went about my day without being able to keep track of what I was or wasn't doing. This keeps track of all sorts of things. And so it's even more enticing. And when I got it, I was happy to get it. I thought I was far enough along that it wouldn't be addictive. But it is addictive. It can be addictive to people who haven't had eating disorder problems. You want to hit that mark. You get a boost of serotonin, oxytocin, one of the, I think it's serotonin or dopamine, one of the two happy chemicals in your brain when you reach a goal. And so if your goal, which is the same as an eating disorder behavior, if your goal is to reach a certain number of steps, which is their daily recommended steps at first, you get a little boost of happy chemical. And then because of our disposition, you want to top yourself. And so you at least have to make that mark every day, or you feel guilty or bad. And then you want to do better. You want to do more. You want to do more. You want to do more. And continually top the goal, because the old goal no longer gives you the right dose of serotonin or dopamine, whichever one of the two it is. Should have done a little more research before I talked. But as far as that goes, the rest of this is just from personal experience. And you can easily become entrapped with this. You feel like you've lost your right arm if it's not on, anxious, because you don't have an exact count, and you can become dependent on the count on here, and having to reach a certain count. I have something in my eyeball. I have clean hands, so I can do this. Something in my eyeball, it's okay. Or having to surpass what you've done, and that can lead you down another rabbit hole of eating disorder behavior, even if you weren't obsessively exercising before. You can quickly go down that road, because it's sort of whatever bracket of disorder you find yourself in, there are similar personality and cognitive styles that wind us up in these pockets of manipulating food for our solution to emotion and mental difficulty. So you can hop from one category to another obliviously, just feeling like you've recovered far enough that you can do something that healthy, normal people do, because you're healthy and normal now. But anything that forces you to focus on how much activity you're doing or what you're eating, to keep track of it, to put it on your mind all the time, or your body on your mind all the time, is dangerous territory. Trust me, I am already addicted to this thing. I don't make my steps every day because I got sick, and so I'm beginning to get accustomed to accepting that, and the weight changes that's come with my lack of activity and my reduced schedule at work, and my not meeting my steps because I've been ill. But I'm painfully aware of it at the same time. And like I said, if this thing is off, I feel like I've lost my left arm. So I'm going to have to detox myself of it, because I know better. I'm going to have it off for like 2 weeks straight, just so that I know that I can, and so that I can go back to not being aware of what I'm doing, and aware of trying to meet a certain goal every day, feeling like I have to, feeling guilt if I don't, and not knowing the numbers. So be aware, be careful going to downloadable dietary or fitness trackers or wearable fitness trackers if you have had a history of eating disorder, because it can really set you up for a downfall. It's dangerous territory. It's better just to move and eat and focus on your life, not on your fitness, and your body will kind of take care of itself. Love you guys. Bye, YouTube.